Hope everybody's doing good, man. But let's get straight into it, man. All right, Labor Day weekend. I don't know what y'all got going on, man, but this weekend's gonna be pretty huge, man. So today, during this episode, you're gonna find out two things: what is going to happen for Sunday, and what's upcoming next week, right? So, um, I guess three things too. What happened last night? JTV, they launched their first day with Invicta, man, and a lot of you guys that tuned in left me some messages on. You guys asked me what I thought of the show last night, and I will talk about that a little bit because we have a special guest next week that's going to be talking about his transition, right? His transition from Shop HQ to JTV. I know you guys. I mean, y'all probably got tons of questions, man. But like, I want to tap back into my man's like his watch collecting journey. You know what I'm saying? And even though he's changed, I guess his first day of school was yesterday, and I think he did a great job, as a matter of fact. But yeah, I got some questions myself, right? So we'll have that. I'll probably have them. Hopefully we'll have him for about an hour, but I know his schedule is like extremely tight. So I was even surprised that he was like able to do the show because, dude, it's gonna be crazy. His week is crazy. He has the cruise coming up. He got another episode of JTV as well as Invicta Stores, but I'll let him explain all of that next week. Yeah. So some know what I'm talking about, who I'm talking about. Others are like, you're like, what's going on? You just have to tune in. It's gonna be 7 Eastern Tuesday, right? That video, well, you'll be able to see that it'll drop later today. But tomorrow, man, oh, it's gonna be crazy. So right now, man, normally y'all know I'm always in the same spot. I'm either at two of my favorite restaurants in the city of Indianapolis, but I'm not. I'm at least 600 miles east of that way. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in Wakanda, and I can't show you no more than this right here. And they allow me. I'm in the area, right? King and Queen have left for the day. They don't even know this video is live right now, so don't tell nobody. Shh, be quiet. Oh my gosh, we got somebody's in the chat right now, and I ain't talking about the loneliest monk. And we got my nemesis in the chat right now. Mercy. Anyway. So let's talk about the other thing. The battle tomorrow. That is the most important thing ever. Ripsaw Joe, what's going on, baby? How you doing? Tomorrow's gonna be crazy, man. So I wanted to come on today just to kind of go over what a battle looks like, right? And how does a battle work? Because you may want to do a battle. So we're gonna actually, and for all of my cruisers, you will have the chance for the month of September to actually participate in a battle, right? This is why I shared this to Facebook, right? And I will drop you more information inside the cruising chat. Yes, you'll get that today, as a matter of fact. And then again tomorrow during Godfather's Barbecue. Yo, what's going on, man? Watchman 54. Vic is in the building. I think, you know what? You know what? I want to do this just to be fair before I talk, because that's the main topic. You know what I'm saying? Like, because this is mean war. That's the thumbnail. I want to talk about last night. We'll get right back to that, I promise. Last night, JTV goes off. I literally saw a number of people in the chat that I haven't seen in a long time. Gosh. I seen some names and I heard a lot of people call in. Gonzo, Bees by Gonzo. Man, I haven't heard his voice in quite some time, man. It was a bittersweet last night. And, you know, I'm being 100% honest on this. You know, sometimes I approach my lives as like a page to a book. So today is like a page to a book because you'll hear this. Just mark today. You'll hear this because I'm actually writing a book about my journey in life, right? Not just YouTube. But here's the crazy thing is I saw some names last night. I was excited to see some that, you know, like during this whole ordeal, it's like let's say we have not seen eye to eye. We've bumped heads a few times, and I may let bygones let be how to say it, bygones be let bygones be bygones, right? In other words, kind of like let's water under the bridge it, and that's not the case with a few people. They holding on to it, man, and it kind of hit me. I was like, man, bro, I feel like it was like a high school reunion last night, and even though you beef with somebody back in high school, it's like you can be able to shake hands and move on. That wasn't the case with a few folks last night in the chat, and I was like, okay, cool. Hey, you know what? You said it. You let me know how you felt. Cool, cool. Listen, I'm gonna just leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? So that was a part of my experience last night with JTV. Is it felt great seeing a lot of the names that I hadn't seen, that I hadn't talked to. Um, and it actually kind of, and we take this. So this is the crazy thing. There were people that are not. I was about to say shop. Kendi said shop a bunch of times last night. JTV had their regular people, their regular customers there, and they were like astounded at the participation in the chat because JTV, they don't do call-ins. And that was quite obvious. And I know there were some people that were like, yo, Trap, they kept saying your name last night, but you never showed up. They never sent me the information until late. It was almost 2 o'clock by the time I got the information. Don't know what the hiccup was, but I was like, dude, I looked, my phone went off, literally woke me up. I looked, I said, yeah, it's a wrap. Because I went to bed I stayed up last night till about 1 o'clock. I listened to everybody's chat. I would listen to Rex the Cookie Guy called in. And again, YouTube, here's the deal. I know I'm gonna be throwing some names out. You guys like, I don't know who you talking about. I barely know who you are. You know what I'm saying? And of course my phone rings. Of course my phone rings. Big news. Big, do you have magnums? That was in the picture. You see how they started the show with the Magnum picture, but yet no Magnums. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. Let me see. I think when the NHL starts, we need a Bruins Ranger watch battle. It's possible. It's possible. So, yeah. So, look at Lee. He's taking notes. So anyway, what do I think overall? I don't think JTV was ready for the amount of people. There's no way they could have got ready for it. I guess there is a way, um, but then it's not because like they say, like somebody said, they should have done their homework, right? Here is the bad part, y'all, and I will give JTV unless hold on, I'll give JTV a little bit of the pass because Shop HQ no longer keeps their records of their videos. Now, the only other way for them to see or research how crazy this can get during a live is if Ryan or Kendi have any footage from any previous videos, any previous lives that they had over the past 20 years or 16 years or 8 years or whatever the case was. I'm going to tell you the most important. Now, you ain't got to go back that far. If they could have showed them something back from the cruise all the way up to 2022, I would say that would have been enough preparation for JTV to get ready because they sold out a lot of watches last night. They sold out of the best watches last night, right? That Sabaka 1 Ghost Bridge, that one sold out so quick. Then I saw I think it was a pretty nice buy. It was the Pro Diver, right? 40 millimeter. NH35 mailing age bracelet, and they gave you a watch winder for $100. And if you so when I started out, if you began your thing last night, they gave you $30 off of an $85 purchase, right? First time customer. So I thought that, man, you could have scored last night. You could have got a Pro Diver with an NH35 in it, mailing age bracelet. And that watch winder is actually pretty nice too. I have one. Really nice watch winder. Let's see what up. Be more wise. What's going on, bro? I feel terrible, Gabe Janet. Oh, she got it. Yeah, I mean, she in the house with you, bro. I think that was meant for me, Trap. Oh, okay, yeah. The battle, okay. I think that'd be a nice battle, man. Sport. Yeah, we can do that. Let's visit that, man. If you got sports watches, man, go ahead and let's do a battle, man. It's no problem. But like, yeah. So my overall, I think the launch was cool for me because it gave me those vibes of like so many people were in there last night. And what's crazy is like they didn't have as many watches that I thought they would have, you know what I'm saying? Because they were showing a lot of watches, but it was reminiscent of how Evine was when let's go back to 2017, 2018. That last night, JTV, the way they were set up, the way they were showing their watches was reminiscent of how they did it before. So I thought it was very nostalgic, very nostalgic. It was good to see some people. It was good to talk to some people in the chat that I hadn't talked to in a long time that I lost touch with. And yeah, I think it was actually pretty cool. And yeah, but with the exception of not having some like groundbreaking pieces, they did launch the Sea Hunter, and I know they're pacing themselves because I don't know what they're gonna do tonight. If they're gonna bring something out good tonight, if that's how they planned it, just kind of ramp it up, which would be, it would be nice. And I think it just seems to me that JTV is making, it's going to make them earn their slot because of the hours, because normally, we don't mind staying up to watch. Shoot, you even got a Facebook group that is based upon um, being like the night owls of watch collecting or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So um, yeah, I think the launch was actually pretty good in my opinion. Now, that's not to say all you guys feel the way I feel because you guys have voiced your opinion either by phone, text, messenger, or you guys email me. Some of you guys have contact, a number of you guys have contacted me, and some of you guys did not like it. Some stuff was like, yo, it was a lot of know-it-alls in the chat, um, which I do agree with some people that didn't know anything. I mean, look, the Pro Diver has been called the Pro Diver since 1991, and there's some people that was in the chat, or a few, yeah, it was a few guys in the chat saying, hey, you can't really call that a pro diver. That's not a dive watch. That's not this. It's not that. I'm like, hey, look, man, it's not here to you're talking. You're literally in a group of people that have known each other for years, that have been buying these watches for years, for decades upon decades, and your comment about a watch not being up to the par of an actual dive watch ain't gonna go well in the group. Now, granted, people they played nice last night. I was waiting for somebody to like massacre this guy, but they let the comment go down. I'm pretty sure they talked about it, and I know because I talked to two of y'all about it after the fact. I got a text message when it came up. Like, you see this clown? Oh wow, bro! Thank you for blocking that. Um, we were also they have pro divers with Melanated bracelets. Yep, they did. What's up, Don Juan? Hey, Don Juan, man. Hey, I'm gonna tell you something that happened yesterday, which I thought was pretty dope, man. A lot of people that was watching JTV, some of the older Invicta collectors, came back over to the channel and they started picking up some of my old videos, and they went straight to the Alita when she was showcasing her watch. They was like, "Yo, this young lady is not playing." Hey, the Alita goes down is like, as far as anybody that's displayed watches on my channel, number one. She is number one. And man, it'd be hard pressed for anybody to take her down. No, I mean, bro, you're not coming close, man. She showcased, like, man, it was crazy. It was crazy. Matter of fact, I need to bring that back, man. Yeah, I do agree with that. Lee, and that's the one thing though about YouTube, man. People come on and say some crazy stuff, man. It's very controversial, whatever the case is, or just rude. Um, Bro, I can lay into you like none other, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you woke up in this morning like wanting problems. Like, you extremely stupid for coming on here asking me a dumb question like that. Because we know where you were going with it, and there's no way that you'll be like, oh, I didn't mean that. No, you stupid, bro. Like, and the bad thing about it is, I believe, and some people may not believe in karma and bad stuff coming, bro. Yo, that mentality, that's gonna, bro. I promise, it's gonna slam on you, bro. It's gonna slam on you. And they ain't got to be, ain't nobody gonna be around. You gonna know because you an a-hole. Flat out come in and ask no dumb question like that. Man, go find somewhere else. Go, you listen, man. Go somewhere else, man, to another channel with that foolishness, bro. Dumb questions, man. Y'all some, man. Y'all that come in here with that, it's one thing to troll, but like that, man, man, get out of here, bro. You are one of the reasons why this country can't come together. And I don't care where you're from. I don't care where you ain't got to be in the United States, man. You still a problem. Bro, you need to be like in an island by yourself with all the bananas that you can eat. Going back to that anyway. JTV, I think it was pretty dope. Ryan and Kendi, always the chemistry. And I was looking at it, so if I have to rate off pure chemistry, I thought it was amazing. It's funny seeing that they're going to have to transition out of that whole Shop HQ thing. And I believe Ryan, the way his talking points, he good to go. Kendi, I don't know, because Kendi, man, she had mentioned Shop last night, and I think that's anybody. She's been doing Shop for so long, man, with 25 plus years. Ryan's been with them for what, 11 plus years. That's a lot to you have to unlearn, because you know what I'm saying, like they've been a part of Shop. Even she did it with Evine. If you guys remember when Kendi when they transitioned from Evine to Shop HQ, she said Evine. I mean, a number of the hosts were saying Evine for a while, up until they got used to saying Shop HQ. So, do you know these other people that type? Somebody say I look like T-Pain. Man, somebody came in here and said I look like Shaq before. Hey, look, tell Lita seasoning the meat. Okay, Godfather's getting ready. We're gonna talk about that. Tell Alita, bro. Tell Alita, when that time comes, she not only is she gonna get royalties when we going out and we doing touring and stuff like that, man. I'm gonna just call you up. I'm gonna fly you out, man. You gonna get the royal treatment. Hey, and I ain't playing. You already know I am not joking with that, man. Hey, you ain't got to worry about it, sis. I got you. I got you. Godfather, stop rubbing it in. Man, Lee, you know what's crazy, Lee? Let me switch over to that, man. So if you guys have any JTV questions or comments, man, leave it down there, man. I read it as we go. Let me see. Well, we 18 minutes. I'm not gonna be here that long because, like I said, I'm actually here. I'm not that far from Godfather's house, and yo, all we got right now is a wake up. A wake up is it's not even a whole day. Do y'all understand how hard I am going to travel to Godfather's house, which is 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes from where I'm at right now? And depending on how I drive in the traffic, bro, I'm going to get there with reckless abandonment. You understand what I'm telling you? Because I can't wait. I'm waiting for that prayer. I'm waiting for to hear that amen. And I am in that thing. I'm getting my plate. Do you understand the flavorfulness? Yes, I made it up. Flavorfulness that I am about to encounter with the food that is there, that's being prepared. And then I am here and I'm looking, see right now, so the sweets and the cobblers, the peach cobblers and all this other stuff, I'm looking at all of the elements that I'm looking at. The cake pans, I can't even show y'all right now. The pre-production, the eggs are sitting out, getting room temperature. So you already know. And the eggs been sitting out since I've been here. Room temperature. That's a little trick y'all don't know nothing about. Oh, okay. Okay. I just got some good news. I just got some news, y'all. Oh, just got some good news just now. But anyway, all right, that's something completely different. What are the rules of the battle? So yeah, let's get into that. There's always one in the group. Y'all see that? The Lone Ranger. That's crazy, right? Oh my gosh. So I have a couple of examples here for you, right? So imagine if me and you on the other side of that screen, we were doing a 3-watch battle because this is a 3-watch roll, right? You don't know what I have, but I have pre-selected 3 watches that I feel is going to take your watches down. So there'll be a coin toss, and on this coin toss, whoever wins the coin toss will have the opportunity of going first or choosing their opponent to go first. Because through this, on a 3-watch, you're just going straight through. But we're doing 5 watches, so we're going to go 1, 2, right? Beginning of that third round, we're going to flip, right? So let's play. Flip the coin. Bow, it's down. I go first. I'm choosing to play first. So I pick my first watch. My first watch I choose is the Glacier Blue Tissot, right? I'm going to tell you something like this. Like, yo, okay, this is a Gerald Jensen design style watch. You know what I'm saying? He didn't make this watch, but you know what I'm saying? He made it as well because the style, you see the style right there. There's many people that have this, but they don't have this particular one because I bought this in Kokomo, Indiana, and that's the home of, wait for it, 3 of the Red Tail members from the military. What does that have to do with this watch? This was inspired by that, right? You know what I'm saying? They wore this in battle. Therefore, I got the watch. It's on my wrist right now. There's no more members, living members of the Red Tails, and I have the last watch to the last remnant, and they were right there in state. So this watch right here, this PRX, right? That Tissot PRX, this is what I choose to battle with. Now slam it back down, right? So now I'd have just told y'all a story. Is it true? Could be. You don't know. You know what I'm saying? But that's what the people heard. They like, yo, the remnants of the Red Tails, you know what I'm saying? Like, from you talking about World War II? Yes, that Red Tails, right? So I tell you the story. Boom, we got through it. Everybody decides on, you know, like now you play your watch. And then everybody started tallying up like, yo, let me see. I pick Trap or I pick whoever on the other side. So let me just use Vic. We got Vic. Vic, we're going to pick Trap's watch. Because Vic, all he used was a Magnum. We don't care about Magnums no more. Because Invicta don't care about Magnums no more. So get out of here, right? So I won round 1. He wins round 2. He wins round 3, right? But I had went first. Now this time, I will play my watch again. And then it's flipped back to him. And then we'll just go on out. And he gets to play the last one. Because like we want to give that person the advantage, right? You know what I'm saying? We've done this, man. We've done this for years now. Like I started battles almost 3 years ago, right? So this is something fun, man. And as far as strategy is concerned, this hasn't been done, man. You guys during COVID, we did verses, right? Verses. Well, I'm not gonna say we did it, but like we watched verses. And what I mean by verses is we saw rappers and R&B artists going up against each other, right? So you'll see somebody like KRS-One go up against, I don't know, Kumo D or somebody. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that actually happened, but yeah. And that's where I actually got the concept from. I said, you know, that'd be dope if we did a versus with watches. And I did my first one. Me and Vic were the first ones to do it. You know what I'm saying? And we went at it, and it came down to I think Vic, what was it? I think we did. It was an even number. I want to say we did 6 watches, 6 or 8. I can't remember exactly. I have to go back and look, but I know it, and it didn't work out right because we were evenly matched. So after that one, I learned that we have to do an odd number. So like, hey, you're either going to show 5 or 7 watches. We will possibly do one with 9 watches. We'll possibly do one with 9 watches. You got to understand when you're doing these battles, like 9 watches, because 7 watches take a long time. Because you got to think, you don't know how long the story's going to be between, you know what I'm saying? Like there's costume changes. You know, we take breaks. You know what I'm saying? We tell some information. The people that's hosted. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna get what's this? Monk, he over there tenderizing his meat. Sheesh. Godfather, you shouldn't even put that in the chat. Can you make a poll and let the chat decide the winner? So here's the deal. For everybody that is going to be at home, I do have the app. I'm gonna set that up for tomorrow. We're doing it just like voting style, right? Like electoral votes type deal. But this is gonna be the first time, the very first time that we're gonna have judges. And the judges will be there, right? And the judges, how I chose my judges, it's very simple. And I do want to see what people say. So I'll have that. And I actually had that in New York. We had a polling system it was pretty decent, man. The only problem with that one, like this new polling system we got, is cool. It's more functional. That polling system I had before worked great with Android Android phones, but not with Apple. So I didn't get all of the Apple stuff until after the matches were over. You know what I'm saying? Like it took a longer time. So, but this one is very universal. So yeah, you'll be able to do that, man. Taking a poll so we can actually see what's what, and we go from there. And anybody that's going on a cruise, you'll get a chance to, man, this is gonna be dope on a cruise because you'll actually be able to vote through this app if you have your phone. If not, we'll have some stuff for you to actually show. What's on the line? Here's what's on the line. So tomorrow, what we're gonna do is, if you have yet to donate to the military funds that I got, you know what I'm saying, for the veterans, you can do $10 buy-in, right? $10 buy-in, and you could possibly, because whoever wins tomorrow, they will pick people out of the chat. Like I'll give them a list, like, hey, these are the people that donated to the Cash App, right? These are the people that will have an opportunity of winning watches like this right here. And yes, this is a Russian watch, bro. I'm sorry, Lee, you asked about this last night. This is a Russian-made watch that is sold on Shop HQ. Let you see it. This is a dope watch too. Hunt for Red October. Look at that, man. That's so dope, bro. This watch is really dope. I like this watch. So, and here's the information on it. And it's in Russian. Automatic watch. So don't worry. So here I'm gonna show you. And I get it. Some people can't get past the if you're chosen and you don't want anything from Russia, I'll find something else for you. You may not get a watch, or yeah. If you say, well, I'll tell you what. The grand prize is going to be from Richard Harvey, because this how it originally it was just one watch, and it was this Richard Harvey, which is a micro brand, and that has an R150 down in that watch. Right, really nice. It has sort of like that Panerai vibe, and so Panerai meets aviation. That's what that is. And this is on a leather strap, but they got a NATO style strap inside there as well. And then for my Invicta fans, we have this Akula, never been worn Akula. AM, PM indicator, skeletonized dial, and you actually have two time zones on this watch. So over at the 9 o'clock, that's a different time zone that you can use. Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you this too. Anybody that wins this watch, if you're not familiar how to set it, scan that. I'm telling you, scan that. Don't be one of them people that get a watch and be like, oh, I'm gonna just set the time. And like, how do I set the secondary? It's pretty much when you pull a crown out, you know how you have to go reverse, counterclockwise to set that, I believe. So, and I actually have I don't have this one, but I have that movement in a different watch, in a specialty. So, and I thank Joe, man. Joe did this, man. Joe, he blessed. And I know Joe, he's not one that's like, hey, you don't have to give him credit for stuff, but I do, man. I have to give Joe credit for, Joe always shows up, bro. Anytime I ask of anything. Like if I'm doing something for veterans or cancer research or something like that, Joe is always I mean, Joe wastes no time, and this is one thing I appreciate, man, because I've never met Joe in real life, and I don't take for granted that that like people like Joe and the rest of you guys, you don't have to do this, man. Like this is my journey starting this whole YouTube thing, you know. And that was one thing I had mentioned last night in the chat, and I mean, I was would have been the thing if I'd have got a chance to get on JTV and talk. That's the reason why you have me as a talking head here on YouTube is because it started out with Invicta. That's why I say it all started with a watch. Speaking of which, starting with a watch. After I get off of this, I'm going to ask that you guys, if you did not miss, if you missed Skylar Santana's video, right? He did a interview. Go check it out. I didn't get a chance. I saw it yesterday. I was actually on the road coming here, so I wasn't. And I hate that I missed it. I love to see those lives, man. I think Skylar is a great personality here on YouTube, man. A breath of fresh air. Let me get into the comments real quick. Let's see, because I know I missed a lot. What are the rules of the battle? Okay. Oh, so let me get back to the battle. So the battle is as simple as this, right? You got the two contestants. We do a coin toss, and they'll go and they'll explain. You have to. So when you're doing a battle, you just can't show your watch. You have to explain your watch. Now, if you do not explain your watch, if you're the type that you say the watch speaks for itself, I'm going to be commentating. I'm going to be talking. I'm like, hey, if that's how you want to do it, because you know some certain watches do speak for themselves, but it's always good. Like there'll be quite like you have to just tell where you got the watch, what inspired you, and what's so special about that watch. Because you know, if you had, let's say you got 25 watches in your collection, but there's like 5 to 7 or like 5 to 12 that are just phenomenal, or you got them for your grandmother or your granddad passed and you never met him and he left his watch for you specifically, like that. We want to know that stuff. You know what I'm saying? We got watches where people it was one guy said his son had passed away and he bought it in his son's honor, and I was like, yo, and he was like Air Force or something like that, and I was like, bro. So that pulls on people's heartstrings. Like, okay, that watch means something. So that'd be hard. That'd be hard for you to come with a watch that to kind of beat that one, unless you know it just depends if you got a similar story or something, you know, crazy. So once you guys go through that, and what we tell people, whether I'm live or if we're doing it through YouTube, you have to respect the other person. Now it does get heated I'm telling you, these battles can't get heated, because I had the most controversial battle I've had to date was actually with Hemi and Dickerson. That was because you got two. I mean, Hemi down south, bro. He Texas boy. Hemi does not play, and you got my man Dickerson from California, slick at the tongue. You know what I'm saying? So he's saying stuff, and they two boss hogs going back and forth, and I was like, yo, this battle is nuts. So you do have it can get heated, you know, but we do ask you that you respect the other person. And basically when whoever wins, you know what I'm saying, the people choose the winner, and when their hand is raised as being victorious, and they get a dog tag or something. Like I was giving out dog tags and like a ribbon, right? I did away with the ribbon because people's like, I'd rather have the dog tag, bro. Take the ribbon out of here. So then I started bringing the trophies in. And the trophies, I said, well, you know what? We'll keep the trophies for like the final battle. You know what I'm saying? So like we'll do, at times we were doing the, all right, this person is going up against me. You go and you advance to the next round and just go from there. You know what I'm saying? Like brackets. And whoever they get trophies. There's a few people with trophies. And when I first started this thing, I do have a trophy for the cruise. Unfortunately, I had a trophy for the cruise. It actually got broken. It was a crystal trophy, and I'm not gonna mention, but somebody broke the trophy, so I have to get another one made. But I'm going to have one specially made for the cruise, and I'm going acrylic this time. I'm not even gonna get crystal. That crystal one was really nice though. That was really nice. It was about like yay big, like that big. I thought it was pretty dope. Oh man, man, bro, when I saw this, man, I was like, yo, let me get that. When I walked in. So with my hats, bro, same thing with my watches, man. It's some hats it's like it slap you in the face, like, oh, that's crispy. I had to get it. So I got this one in the Freddy Krueger. They had a what was the little doll? Chucky. I didn't like it. But that one, yeah, I had to get that one. Space G. Hey, I wore this in it's a wrist check. I wore this for Space G today. I said I had to throw an Aragon on, man, for my man Space. I wish you could have been here, bro. Joker. Let's go get it. Get in. Ready. Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Never been worn, but oh man, I ain't sneak nothing, bro. Get out of here, bro. Make sure it works, you know. Might have to QC that one too. Yeah, I already wound them. Like, yeah, they got wound. I checked them, so yeah. I see a lot of other streamers on the hall. Yeah, so yeah, we'll have that. It'll be an app. You'll get all you have to do is click on and just make your vote choices and boom, good to go. Good to go. I think it's pretty dope, man. I think it's pretty dope. I just like having I've had people refer to the concept as watch wars. We've called it collectors battles. We've called it verses in the beginning, but I stopped calling it verses because I didn't want to get any trouble. I didn't want to get into any trouble because there was actually a versus out there. And then the other thing too, I was like, I could have, you know how the algorithm on social media goes, like, okay, we say versus. I didn't want that problem of they say, hey, this guy's copying our style and, send him a cease and desist. I didn't want it like that. And then too, it's like, it's something about starting something yourself, whether it's successful or not, I just want to do it on my own the way I do it. So Joker says, your channel got me started on Invicta. Not sure if you'll remember you sent me a football. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Because you're the only person I've ever sent a football out to. Space, we've commented on Trap's hat earlier, but he didn't say thank you. I didn't see the comment. So appreciate you guys. Oh man. Is Lee down here pouting? Is Lee down here pouting? Good night. And man, I tell you what, I got some milk and cookies in here for you, Lee, man. If it make you feel better. No, you stay away. You stay where you stay put, bro. I don't need you to come this way. No problem, man. No problem. Joker, so the thing about it, man, and I'm bouncing between topics. Watching JTV last night really reminded me of why I do this on a regular basis. And I got to be honest and candid with you guys. I don't always feel it. Bro. I don't always feel it. Sometimes I like the why gets muddied. Like, why am I doing this? Because I'm more of a social type guy, and I like people. I like doing stuff. Not here to please folks, man. But like, if it all be the same, man, I get along with everybody, anybody and everybody. But that's not the case. I have rubbed people the wrong way. I've done stuff like I've apologized for doing stuff or saying some stuff, man. Or if I was completely oblivious of doing a certain thing or saying stuff, I'm like, oh man, maybe I took advantage of a relationship. Didn't know that I was hurting the other person, but when I found out, if you brought it to me, oh bro, I'm quick to say, hey man, let's talk. My bad. And that wasn't the case with everybody. It's not the case with everybody. But then there's some other people that's just malicious, right? And those people, they're more about, the views. They're more about what they want, and they don't care about, what you like. I don't care about your apology. I don't care about you really. I just want to be out in front and you in the way. I'm like, hey, I step to the side, bro, because guess what? Trapvision ain't here. I don't need nobody put me up on their shoulders and be like, Travis, Travis, Travis. I don't need that. I do not need that, man. I'm a watch collector and enthusiast just like some of you guys in here. And I feel that's why I said, man, it all started with a watch because I would have never met Vic. I wouldn't have never met the people that don't like me if it wasn't for this. You know what I'm saying? And I still give them the people. I don't care, even though we don't talk, or you may hate my guts. That's fine. Look, you made your point, but I still wouldn't have had that time with you if it wasn't for Invicta Watches. If it wasn't like Invicta Watches, let's call it what it is. My journey started with Invicta Watches. This yellow freaking box, that yellow box that gets slammed on YouTube, and I will, hey, listen, man. People can feel the way they feel about the watch, man. And some people, their hate isn't warranted. You can't really talk. You can't say something's trash if you never touched it, if you never put your hands on it, if you never experienced an Invicta watch. You can't call it trash. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Your opinion of it is not valid. That's that. What's good? Jay Moore, what's going on? So Jay Moore, I seen your comments, man. I got your comments, bro. You actually got me fired up to do this live because I was sitting here just chilling, about to have a little snack here in a little bit, but I was just reading through your comments, man. I was like, you and some other people were talking about last night's show, JTV, and I said, well, let me talk about that. And for those that just got here, Tuesday, I will post that tonight. Tuesday, we got a special guest. And they're going to talk about their first day at JTV. And then I'm going to see what's the latest and greatest in his collection. And, just kicking the breeze, you know what I'm saying? Chilling in the breeze with my mans, y'all know who he is. If y'all don't, you'll see Tuesday. And then possibly next week, we'll see. I'm waiting on a response of one more person. And this, if I get this person on, it's gonna be crazy. But I can't mention who this person is. But if this person comes on, I think it's gonna be dope too. It's gonna be dope. But yeah. It's gonna be dope. This tomorrow. I'm glad everyone enjoyed the show last night. Yeah, man, it was I thought it was a pretty good show in my humble opinion. Megazoid. Trapvision, you owe no one explanation. Just do you. Hey, if nothing else, Megazoid. Oh man, I promise you. I'm gonna take that and run with it, so you won't get it no more. That's it. Look, that's not the first time Megazoid told me that, so I'm dropping it where it is. Anybody else want explanation? You ain't getting it. How about that? My Invicta watch journey started back in 2007. So you got some gems in your collection. You have some gems in your collection. And you know what? I'm gonna do this live. Invicta showcase. You know who you are, sir. I know who you are, sir. I would love to have you on the show and you be one of the first people to revamp. I used to do Who's Next, right? And of course I got that term from Goldberg, man, because I like wrestling. So who's going to be your next collector, man? And I used to have people showcasing their watches. So I want to invite you all to, if you want to showcase your watches, and it really don't matter how many you want to showcase, bro. Like if you say, hey, Trap, I got 30 watches I want to showcase, I'll wrap the show around y'all, because y'all know I've done these past few weekends, man. I've been going 3 hours on the show. So I would love to have you on showcase. That's an open invitation, bro. If you want to come on, I'd love to have you on, and you can showcase some of your best watches, your most memorable watches, or significant, your grails, even if it's one watch. If you want to have one watch, we could do that, and we could just have a conversation about why you collect. What is collecting? So it's funny how Lee, he takes notes. Lee, I was you. I'm still you when it comes to that, man. I was like, this is so interesting, man, because watches or horology as a whole was so interesting to me. It's like, man, all these different people that nothing else mattered to me. Like when I was coming up watching the guys with the gold chains was dope, man. But to me, it was always back to that watch, man, that watch and shoes. I'm telling you, the shoes, man, the shoe game, man. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. Then I look back up at the top of their head and see that hat, the watch, the shoes, that combination in that order. Oh my gosh, man, it was always the watch. So I'm always taking notes, Lee. I promise I'm always taking notes. Shoot, Long Ranger. I picked his brain. Like when we first started talking, and man, like he sent me his collection or the pictures of his collection and was explaining stuff. And I was unsure about some things. There was a lot of information I had to learn. And then I had to get through all the political BS and all of the other crap that, you know, is on social media, because there is one thing in my research I found is that people gravitate towards, a lot of the YouTubers gravitate towards the high-end watches, right? And at times they get away from like, just think about the creation of a watch. Think about how many parts it takes. Think about the idea, the design, whether you like it or not. Everybody didn't like the Mona Lisa, right? And what's not to like about the Mona Lisa? Everybody don't like the painting. You can't make everybody like the painting, right? Picasso, any Picasso, like look at Picasso's paintings, be like, man, that painting look weird. Heck, why are these people shaped like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's all type of stuff like art. It is. There's an art form to watches. And I think sometimes we get away from that. A lot of times we get away from that on YouTube because we're looking at what is the most prestigious thing about a watch in the person that is wrist it is on. You know what I'm saying? Because if it's somebody like James Bond, people, they're going to gravitate towards Rolex and Omega, depending on what Bond you're going with. You know, you're going old school Bond, all right, you're going towards a Rolex. And Sean Connery, did Sean Connery wear a Rolex? Please, somebody, I can't remember if he wore a Rolex or the Omega. I want to say it was a Rolex. But Omega, it really don't matter between that. And there's people that feel like, yo, Bond is a real person, the man of espionage. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's most important to them. Shoot, that's the reason why I liked Panerai in the beginning, was the Sylvester Stallone. And then when I actually put my hands on that watch, I fell in love with it. I said, this is the dopest watch on this planet that I've ever seen in my life. It's better than any watch. It's better than any other watch that I've ever seen up to this day. Well, Trap, and I had this conversation with somebody. Well, Trap, you haven't seen a lot of watches. You can't say that's... How come I can't say that? That's the most beautiful watch and the best looking watch I've ever seen in my life. And you're not going to tell me no different. So you get out of here. It may not be the same one that you like. But yeah, I think we got away from that, man. I would love to show my collection. I'm up to 33. You're more than welcome. Oh, we got some night owls in the building. Scott, I saw you in the chat, man. You was in the chat late. I couldn't hang with you, bro. I couldn't hang, man. I saw you, man. It's always good to see. Scott, I love seeing you. You have the best looking thumbnail, bro. I love seeing it. I'm sorry, bro. Like, I love seeing you. When I see Scott, man, bro, you like a superhero to me or something, bro. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about your thumbnail, man. I love seeing that blue and that beard, bro. Like, you're a superhero, man. You're a superhero, man. Like, I think if you were a superhero, you'll be from Thor's planet. What's Thor's planet? I can't think of about say Eternia, man. That's like He-Man. Asgard. You're an Asgardian. That's what you're an Asgardian hero, bro. I watched that. Okay, I seen that. Excellent. Drop the mic. It's broken. Got you. I promise it. Any plans on doing State of Collection? Yes. I am. I'm going to do an updated State of Collection. And this one, when I do it, it's not just from the watches from this year. I'm doing it from, I'm gonna say, for 3 years worth of watches. There's some watches that I want to show you guys that mean so much. They hit hard. I have a few of them here with me. But yes, I got tagged in something. Thank you, sir. I'll look at that afterwards. Yes, there's some watches. Yes, I'm doing the state of collection, man. And you know what? If you guys allow me, I would love to have you on to do a state of collection with me, a state of collection breakdown, and like we could do. I can set it up for a live, man, and we could pick. And what I'll ask that, like, if I have multiple people that want to do it, we could do like, I'll say two other collectors to let it flow. You know what I'm saying? You pick 5 watches out of your collection and you guys talk about it, and we'll just go through that and have discussions, questions, and stuff from people. I think that'd be super dope. I'd love to have a community stated collection. I don't think it's ever been done, and we could try it. It may not work the first time, but I'm game to try it the first time. So we'll see. Or if you guys want to if you guys want to talk behind the scenes, man, like we can go through Instagram Messenger and talk about it. Those people that are interested in it, and we'll see how that works out, man. We can do like a mock, like I thought somebody's walking the door. We can see how that works out, man. I would love to do that though. I would love to have like, cause I love to see stated collections, man. Like I just want to see what's out there, man, and how people collect them, man. It is so interesting, man. Man, don't even get me started, y'all. Cause I'll be here all day talking about that. Buying scratch cards till I win the lottery. I got an RM0015. Really? Nicest watches, the Rainbow Rolex. Can't buy them everywhere. Dang, you got an RM? Sheesh, bro. Scott with the luxurious beard. Joker, you're more than welcome to show you. Man, I love it. That sounds amazing. Just let me know. Okay, all right. So, yeah, we're going to start doing it, man. Start next week. We're going to start rolling through. And I'll just go ahead and tell y'all, man, it's like Tuesday, man. Your man RJB will be sitting here talking. Asgard. Yes, right. You're an Asgardian. From here on out, bro, you're an Asgardian, bro. We should do a bros collecting showcase. Okay, that was me. Sorry. Long range. No, you good. You good, bro. The Bolt Magnum Tria is the best design. The Bolt Magnum Tria. You just made Vic's day. Just make sure you add me so I can take. Hey, you know what, Lee? Okay, so let's do this. We'll have 2 people give the stated collection. Now I have you just take you be my consensus. And I apologize to you guys ahead of time. Your watch collection comes up missing. I can't stand Lee, man. Get him out of here, bro. Oh my gosh. Love seeing other collectors out there. It's so dope. And isn't it though? Think about it, bro. Think about it, man. We get so caught up in just looking at the most affordable watches that you can buy under $1,000. The best Speedmaster you can have. And all these different, like, and again, I'm not hating on them, bro. It's just like, I get it. It's very interesting, man. But like, it gets so just blah because it's like, ooh, hold up. Hey, man, y'all send me some good stuff. Okay, all right, cool. I'm gonna check that out here in a little bit. I just love getting, and that's one thing I like about Watch Crunch. And I'm so mad. I just thought about this morning when I got up. I said, you know what? I started driving from Indiana at 5 o'clock in the morning. I got here in Virginia, and it's been nonstop talking and stuff like that. And then I was getting ready for JTV, and it wasn't until somebody said something about a watch check or something in the chat, and I said, you got to be kidding me. I forgot to post on Watch Crunch yesterday. I am so mad. I'm trying to get that 60-day badge, and now I got to start over. I was right there. I was pissed off, man. I said, oh, man. But that's one thing I do like about Watch Crunch is the amount of watches that you can get. I mean, that you can see on there and the different styles and people's quirky thoughts, like the scenery, man. I think Watch Crunch, and there are some people that will criticize the type of watch that you wear. You can't escape that. You can't. There's no way. But it does make for a good conversation. It does kind of gets the blood pumping a little bit. Like, did you just call me a baby collector? Did you just call me such? What? Are you serious? And like you're going back and forth with somebody. Very interesting conversations. Any info on how to sign up for Invicta Collectors happening in November? You talking about the cruise? I think the cruise is sold out, bro. If you're referring to that, the Nemesis strikes again. Them badges are serious business. I'm telling you, bro. It's Skylar Santana, man. Skylar Santana's in the building, y'all. So if you guys have not connected with Skylar or seen his videos, go check it out. Yes, go check him out. That's all I can tell you. Another enthusiast, I call him a learning professional. He is very, very eager to get information out to you guys, and that's what I like about YouTube channels like that. The forefathers of watch review channels, I take nothing from any of them. They are very necessary, and I appreciate it. I appreciate the ladies that give information. However, it's always good seeing people that are sort of like on the ground level, and they're doing that work. They're putting it in. They're showing that eagerness to to learn and to get information. I just like that. I like that, and when I do need to go see something like, hey, I want to see what new came out, what's the latest buzz, then I'll go over to them and learn about the latest Rolex or the market of Rolex, or just taking notes to see, do you guys have, I think now I've heard some of the big YouTubers say that they don't have any influence on the sales of particular watches or not, and I got to say, nay, absolutely not. There's no way. There's nobody gonna tell me that when Mr. Wonderful mentioned that, what watch company was that? The Square watch, Trafford watches. When he mentioned that, you're not gonna sit here and tell me that people didn't go out and buy. You're not going to lie to me and say that these influencers don't have any influence. Hence the word influencer. You have influence over. Now I know I'm hearing footsteps. I know I heard somebody. Okay, all right. I was like, I ain't tripping. I know I ain't tripping. Yeah, Mr. Santana, aka the Strap Master. Yeah, man, that dude, bad boy. He's a bad boy. But at the end of the day, for tomorrow, let's just say sales went up like crazy. They did. They did. And honestly, that was a topic that was brought up on one of those shows. Is because what was it? I was about to say Longines. Because Omega dropped to number 3, they like Cartier has a number of, and I think what I read was there were celebrity women that were showcasing their Longines, and they were increasing the sales of that way, and they jumped ahead of them. And it was stated in one of those forums that if Omega had more star power, if there was a newer James Bond movie, that their sales, they'll be right back to where they were, number 2. They'll never touch Rolex. You know what I'm saying? Even though Cartier is number 2 and Omega's number 3, Rolex's numbers is up there, bro. There's no way, ain't nobody catching them. The only watch is Apple, is the only one, and that's above everything. I mean, you cannot put it in the same vein as analog watches and stuff like that, or quartz watches, but because it's more of a computer. But Apple watches are selling at like $40 billion or something or more a year. That's crazy. Hold on, let me see. Thanks, Lee, man. Apple is not a watch. It's a computer. Afraid to ask. No, you got goofy people on here. Dumb folks come on here with the live. They ain't got nothing better to say, man. Go do something with yourself, man. Go get an education somewhere, man. You know what? Your dad should have whooped your butt when you was little, man. Instead of let you run wild like some little animal out here in the streets, man. Get out of here. He gave up, bro. He gave up. He chose to do some other stuff. I think he was having some health issues too, but yeah, he decided to hang up the YouTube street thing. Honestly, think at his height though, there was no other channel really giving specs on Invictus like that. There was nobody else doing a spec channel. I think if he'd have kept going, possibly would have been one of the larger channels as far as Invictus concerned. And that's just in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like trajectory wise, because based on when he came in, the number of people he had watching the show and subscriber base, I know if this year, this would have been year 5 for him. I think year 5. Yeah, it's been year 5. He probably, I honestly believe probably been like 25,000 subscribers or more. In my personal opinion, it'd have been 25,000. But then I think, I don't know. Now the other, and I'm gonna say this honestly. I'm gonna say this. Prayers to him, bro. Yeah. So I think honestly, he may have ran into an issue with because Invicta went to, they were doing the Swiss made stuff, right? And then after COVID, what I didn't like per se was they were taking some of the watches that we love, the greats, and they were replacing those high end movements with like your VD 53s, 54s. And there's nothing wrong with those watches for starter watches. But like, for example, a Sabacco number 1, Sabacco number 3, Sabacco specialty. I don't think those watches should have ever received anything less than the Swiss movement. And if you did, I would say it had to be high beat like the Miota movement if you were going to, double down because of price. Because those watches were established in the beginning as being the high end watches for them. They were specialty watches, especially with, AL said like the Noma series, the Noma NOMA was basically his children's abbreviation. So those watches should never, and that's just my opinion, those watches should never be reduced to any cheap movement. As a fan of the brand, that's just my opinion. And I think he would have ran into an issue with talking about the specs, because those specs, like if he's explaining the specs to you guys about this watch and he's breaking it down, he has to be honest. Like they're asking this. I don't think this watch is more. This watch is a $50 watch, and they're asking $185 for it, because that's his thing that he got in mind for it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. The genuine traditional watch people from Apple Watch. Okay. Joker, smartwatches are watches. They actually get more people used to wearing watches. They've started many collectors. Yeah, man, but I tell you what, I know people, they loathe the Apple Watch or the Microsoft version of it. I know people absolutely hate smartwatches. I actually double wrist most days, traditional watch left and Galaxy Watch on the right. I still haven't used my Galaxy Watch. I'm missing Victor doing Swiss made pieces. Yeah. I don't have it with me, man, but there's like and it does not have it doesn't have an official name. The R150 it's cheating, man. It's not cheating. I think it wasn't impactful. It wasn't dynamic. That diver. And I have one, man. Like, I think it's an amazing diver. It fits well. It looks great. I think it's a great watch, man. It should have had, it should have either been called the European diver or something, but they called it the R150. And I'm like, that's not a significant name. That's not a name that just rings a bell with me. Like that just, like, hey, we can't come up with a name with it. Just call it something. No, man, you should have took your time, bro. Like, and just, and I hope that, I don't think it's too late for Invicta to name that watch. Like, name it. Give it a name. Give it a name, man. Make it real, man. I don't particularly care for the name R150 for that watch, because it's powered by R150. I mean, shoot, the Chaos has a power R150 in it. There's a number of watches that got the R150. No. I don't like it. You say I wouldn't buy it. Maybe you can help me with a problem. Shop has a Bolt Magnum Tria as is, and as I seen anywhere, but they want $5.99 with no return warranty. I already have one. Mm. When I buy it, I I wouldn't. Me personally, I wouldn't because the thing about it, I've actually seen that watch cheaper than that before, and that's one thing I said when during the COVID crisis and even 2 years afterwards, when I started seeing the prices really significantly drop. I said there'll be a time where Invicta is going to go back up on the prices, and I'm not going to buy that. So they have to get new customers. I wouldn't buy it at that price because they got that trio was way lower than that, bro. Like I'm talking about significantly lower, way lower than that. And we were jumping on buying them in a boatload. I paid way less than that for mine. Yeah, I think what I paid $250 for mine. Yeah, so $5.99. You nope. Can't do it. Just yesterday at work, I saw a guy rocking a Victor. His zeal for the brand bordered on the irrational. I told him about your. I appreciate it, bro. Oh man, sub 8Ds to be Swiss made housed with the 7750, man. What do you guys think? Jay Moore? And now you can take this to the bank. In my humble opinion, um, 1 through 5, all should never have received anything less than Swiss made, none less. 6 through 7, 6 and 7 rather. Um, yeah, it's cool. They can play around with some different movies because 6 was a 300, and 7 was what chronograph. The 8, I think they honestly I would say as a tribute to the first Invicta, the first Sabaka one, it shouldn't be less than a 7750. It shouldn't be nothing less than a 7750. That's just what it is. Now I heard Space will correct me. I mean, or just enlighten me, bro. Did you not? I think you told me that the R150 was going away, or they were working on a new movement. Is that true? Because I forgot to research it, and I just thought about it now because you mentioned it. But yeah, I think the Sabako 8 should be, but it's not. Like I was looking at it, I don't think it's a 7750 in that watch. I don't think, but it shouldn't be nothing less than that. And if they made the 8 in a three-hander, 2824 or the Salida, look, Salida 500 value, shoot, man, could do the value, the 57, 7753, the A05, where you can have that quick date set on it. You know what I'm saying? To eliminate, I think you know what that'll be good if they use the 7753 on that watch. That way, when you do go to set your watch, you eliminate the risk of damaging it through the date because people have been wrecking their 7750s because they don't know how to set it right. But like you got that quick date set where you actually press it, it's on the case, you just press it, you know what I'm saying? So you get it to you, find out what the AM PM is, get it set, and then you go over there and press the date to where it needs to be at, and you're good to go. You know what I mean? So yeah, that 7753 be a game changer, bro. That'd be a game changer, in my humble opinion. Let's see. Dangerous game as is. Yeah, dangerous game. Yes, it is because I had it once. I bought one that was as is, and it was wrecked when I got it, man. I was like, sheesh. And whoever had it before me, they wrecked that watch, boy. I was like, man, Paid $150 for it, and I ended up having to send it off to get fixed. Nope, they spent another $80 on it, man. I was bad, bro. I sold that watch too. I ain't got it no more. I lost money on that sucker. You saw, hey, you see what the Long Ranger said. Getting 750 is extremely difficult these days. They really need to move to La Joux, Paris, chronograph. I'll take a ETA 2824 or Salida 500, but nothing less. Yeah. Those are great, man. Great. The Salida 500, man, is solid, bro. Solid piece, man. Solid movement. They're really solid. I'm seeing the Magnum Trio for 230. Yeah, I mean, that's like, I have got one for 170. Now, I know, what year was that? That was in 2021, man. Those trios were going for like $190 on stores all day. All day. I was like, so yeah, when I see that now, man, I'm like, now moving forward, man. So he's like, H, no. Oh man, they really need to move. Oh my gosh, bro. So I do want to ask you guys this before I close out, man. I know everybody's not gonna be able to be in the area, but man, 7:30 tomorrow evening, I'll be going live and we'll be doing a live battle. It's gonna be dope, man. It's gonna be dope. And if you've never witnessed a battle, then you'll get to see it firsthand. And yeah, actually, and some people will get a chance to see. I brought my micro brands with me. 3 of my micro brands. Like, this is my Indiana roll now, so I brought Indiana with me. Well, I can't just say all Indiana because this is Ohio, Cincinnati, but it's close enough, right? It's close enough. And the dominant brand in there is two, like, you know what I'm saying? It's 2 Indiana brands in there in Cincinnati. It's still my Indiana roll. Let's see, Megazoid. Trap 2 stories just yesterday. Okay, I read that. Battle's going to be dope. Wing said that the R150 is being discontinued. I believe that is why the new watches have the 9015. Yeah. And Wing is just making a mockery of people now, man. Like, he's putting out heat, and it's like, yo, you can make a watch, put this 90 this Miyota movement in it, and not charge people a premium. And he's doing it. He's doing it. Anybody that's an Aragon fan know that, he had and I don't know how he made money on it, bro. Like, it's crazy. He sold a dive watch beginning this year for freaking $175 with a Miyota 9015 in it. Titanium, sapphire crystal. Bro, like that alone will people get all bunched up in their feelings about having a sapphire crystal over mineral, over plexiglass, whatever. They like, if you got a sapphire crystal in it, it's like that. This, to some people, that just adds this. Get that out of here. That just adds this value. So explain this to me, that he put out a dive watch on titanium, and I'm sure it's grade 1 titanium. You know what I'm saying? It's not coated or anything like that, but still, it's titanium. Loom like crazy. Constructed well. Still have the decent dive ratio on it, man. Was it still like, I forgot how many, 660 feet, right? And that one probably, I have to go back and check it. It may be deeper than that, because one of my watches got a helium escape valve on it. So that one may be, I don't know. I have to check. But still, $175. Miyota 9015 titanium watch. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous, man. So, and that's what he's been doing. Wing has been putting it out. Even his NH35s, and this was $150. This was $150. It's got an NH35 in it. The loom is crazy. And this one is 500 feet of water depth ratio. Right? I'm like, that's crazy. No, mine was more than that because I'll pay $40 for the bracelet through Wing. He said, and I still got the strap to it. Still got the strap. So you see that? Dual deployment clasp. Milled. Decorated rotor. Got the helium escape valve. And it's a pretty decent watch, man. And shoot, hold on, man. Play some games, hold up. It's tight too. Now I can tell you, if you had a wetsuit on, you had gloves, you probably have a hard time just because the way I was like, it's like geared like a cog. I have to concentrate on holding it. You know what I'm saying? Because I got narrow fingers. But imagine having a wetsuit. you have to do that. You have to put your whole hand over it, then turn it, try to grip it. I think you'll have a hard time with that. But other than that, man, it's still a. And I don't know, because we'll see. I have to put a wetsuit on this to see. I'll take it to me. I'll taking this watch with me on vacation, so we'll see. And I may get into a wetsuit. I may go diving. We'll see. Shoot, you know, I might. Shoot, I got some people here that can help me with that one. In Indiana, rather. I have 3 watches with R150s. Pretty solid movements. Okay. Wing scares people. Good for him. Make it make sense, bro. Okay. If you want a 7750, let me know. And that's the other thing. Okay, yep. All right. So before we leave, there are people out here. If you guys are wanting a watch that is discontinued, right? Be it Aragon or Invicta. If you want that, I have a number of people that are selling watches, right? So what I'll do is I will get you in touch with them, right? And I'm gonna step back because whatever the cost is, I don't want you thinking I don't have nothing to do. I'm just the middleman, just pointing you in directions. I ain't got nothing to do with the sale at all, okay? But I would like, you know, collectors that really like having that stuff where they missed out, because let's keep it 100. I don't see Invicta really going back to the roots of bringing out a 47 millimeter Valjoux 7750 Pro Diver or a Lupa with the 7750, right? Or they did, however, they did drop a 7750 in the Sabako #1, and one of the complaints with that one was it wasn't a screw down crown like its predecessor, like it's the old one. So and I don't know what you know, and I don't want to spend a premium price because I can take my watch to KWC, which is like 30 to 40 minutes from my house, and actually have them, you know, hey, I can give them a watch. So I just bought it, but it does have screw down crown. Can you increase the water depth ratio on this watch for me and regulate it at the same time? So that's an extra cost for me. And you can actually have your watch cost certified too if you like. You will have to send it out. It's gonna cost you I don't know how much it'll cost. Let's get into, when I get back home, I'll go to KWC. We'll ask. So you guys know, you'll be up on it. Like if you guys want to do that. And they were telling me that, you know, some watches just need 4 components moved or changed out to actually be qualified to be tested and then go, you know, because you got a 14-day test on your watch and they testing temperature. They putting that thing through the ringer, man. And so you better have a good watchmaker to regulate that thing down to the seconds it needs to be at. So, yep, that's all I got to say on that. I know a guy that knows a guy that robbed a guy. We're talking, Lee. You got it, Lee, whenever you're ready for it. Let me see, Space G. What do you mean by binding issue? Peter, what's going on? Welcome in. Oh, doesn't have the binding issues of some of the Eddas either, Jay Moore. I do know that on the 7750s, when you shake them up, and what happens on this on the what was it? The rotor wears out. So you see how that rotor will wear faster than the Salida 500. I think Salida 500 took out, so you don't get the wobble on the Salida 500 at all. Or if you got the Miyota, if you got the Japanese version, I think that in my research, I believe the Miyota version of like the oh what is that, the E86, any 86 or 88, those are the perfected versions of the Values. They don't have the wear tendencies that this one. That's what I'm trying to say. It doesn't have the wear tendencies of the Value combined. It's a documented issue. And I know that was a big argument. Like before this one landed, I researched, and people complain about Tissot and having that plastic movements, plastic parts inside, right? So this is the, I guess, perfected version of the three-hander. Because people want that, they want the ability of having their watch repaired and last in a lifetime. So at least that's what I read. He said, and that's the thing. You know what, Jay Moore? And that's the thing I love about this channel, man. It's stuff. I don't pretend to know everything at all. I'm learning so much stuff, man. And shoot, I've gotten information and it was completely wrong, man. And I'm like, oh crap. And people like, yo, Trap, and I appreciate you guys either hitting me up or you put him like, no, Trap, this is actually the correct information. I go and look at him like, oh, okay, you're right. I have no problem with saying that. Like, yo, put some bad info, y'all. Oh man, it watches. There's so much stuff to learn, bro. It's so much stuff to learn, man. Because I wasn't raised up just like, shoot. I didn't learn the word horology, what horology meant until, being honest, man, until I started watching Invicta. So, hey, that's another testament to Jay-Z. Honestly, I'm gonna give Jay-Z his flowers, bro. I heard somebody say last night, like, hey, Jay-Z needs to be hired over at Shop or JTV, fired, hired again, and fired for just, I don't know, comedian purposes or comic purposes or whatever. I don't know. I think that'll be a lot of drama. Just relaxing, getting ready for tomorrow. Godfather's OG. Godfather, what up? Long Ranger said, okay. I learned too. All right, okay. We made it to the end. I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow anyway. We've been on for an hour and 23 minutes. I appreciate the people that was in the chat talking. Make sure you share this out to your people. Let them know. And if you have yet to donate to the fund, that is over tomorrow. So once I'm done with tomorrow's live, we'll tally up and we'll see how much money we raised for the vets. Right, I can tell you that $203 came through YouTube. So of course YouTube took their cut. So what did they take out of that? $53. I think they took $53 out of that $200 I had. But that money drops on the crap. What is it? The 5th? Something like that. Or was it the 21st? No, I always get paid on the 21st. I get paid like towards the end of the month with YouTube. I never get paid on like the 1st and 15th. So that money, once it comes in, that will be tallied up against what is in there right now. So what's in Cash App right now is $335 as of this morning. Right? Nothing has been spent. I haven't sent anything out to anybody. And yeah, we're just gonna go from there, man. So we'll go from there. Invicta tonight, midnight. Yeah, it starts at 10 o'clock, I think it is. All right, so yeah, I'm out of here. Again, make sure that you guys, if you haven't seen Skylar's interview, go check that out. And that's Skylar Santana. It's easy to find. Yeah, yeah, just a real nice, bubbly guy that's ready to just talk to you about watches and, you know, do his thing, do his little stretch out. That's my guy, man. Skylar is good people, man. Thank you, Trap, for teaching me so much. It's appreciated. You are a true. Wow. Wow. You gonna end me on that one, bro? For real, bro. That's what you gonna do. Y'all see the abuse I gotta go through, man. Says the source. Thank you. I got man. Hey, bro. Thank you, bro. Says the source. Hey, man. Hey, I appreciate everybody, man. Thank you guys for tuning in, man. Until the next lightning strike, man. Y'all be blessed, man.